Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today it's just a bit of a talking video. I listened to the brand new Make Them Suffer album and I just wanted to give my opinions and overview on the album as a whole. Make Them Suffer are a band that I discovered about maybe last year or maybe even the year before that, basically when Doom Switch was first released, and it literally just came up as a random song on my Spotify playlist and I really enjoyed it, really liked it. And then I was told by Sharp Tone Records about Make Them Suffer and how they're bringing out a song called Ghost of Me. I can't say that weird. Ghost of Me. So I did a reaction on that, realised it was the same band, and absolutely kind of got hyped over what could possibly be a brand new band that I'm going to really enjoy listening to. And then obviously they brought out Epitaph, and that just kind of like just added to more excitement for me on how I'm looking forward to this album. And even at this point, the album wasn't really being advertised of actually coming out anytime soon, or not from my point of view. And then they finally announced that they were going to be doing an album. It was going to be self-titled, called Make Them Suffer. Then they brought out Oscillator. Ironically, when I first listened to it, I thought it was okay. I didn't find it the most fun song to listen to. But since a couple more listens and a couple more plays on this album especially, it's a solid song and I've actually really grown to like it. And yeah, that is where we are now, and I just want to kind of like go through. So the album starts off with The Warning, which is just your typical 1 minute long, like an intro song, kind of showing off what we already know about Make Them Suffer. It was just like a nice rendition of the kind of sound that they're going for in this album. And I will say that this album definitely sounds complete, and it sounds like they found what sound they want to make, because it is different to their previous songs. So yeah, we started off with The Warning, which was good, decent. It does what it says on the tin. But then Weaponized comes in, and I think they needed to do this properly because the amazing singles they'd already released, we know that they're on the album, we know they're fucking good. You don't want the first new song that you haven't actually heard yet to be a bit lackluster and a bit like, oh, really? Wow, that means the only songs that we've actually enjoyed are the ones we've already heard. But no, Weaponized was amazing. I really liked the crisp guitar tones that came straight at the beginning. It just really caught me off guard. I was like, oh my God, I really want to learn this. But at the same time, I'm not going to do it justice because I'm never going to make it sound as good as this does. So that was really nice. I really like Weaponized. It made me feel like comfortable. It made me feel reassured, like this album is exactly what you think it's going to be. After Weaponized, we have Oscillator, which, as I've said, has grown on me. So that was a nice kind of, oh, this song, that's cool, I'm liking this. After they had Doom Switch, straight away we've got two songs that we've already heard in a row, which part of me is kind of like, oh, I just want to skip this and get to the new stuff. But yeah, Oscillator, Doom Switch, we don't need to go into them, they're sick. The third one, which was Man of God, which I didn't actually mention at the beginning of this video, but I've also done a reaction on that. And ironically, after this album came out, I actually feel like Man of God for me is one of my, I won't call it weakest songs, but it just doesn't fit into what I want to listen to them do. Like, don't get me wrong, it's really heavy, it's really brutal, it's them trying to show off like the absolute extremes of what they can do, and I love that. But if I want to listen to Make Them Suffer, that's not the song I'm going to be going straight for. It's probably going to be Doom Switch or Ghost of Me. That's just my opinion on it. Still a fucking good song. But we move. Epitaph up next. So as you can see, all of the actual singles that have been released, they're all closely knit together in the album. It was quite nice actually listening to them in this order than instead of order of single release. Epitaph, I think, or Epitaph. No, it is Epitaph. I don't know why I'm being a dick for. I would say is probably my third favourite song, maybe behind Doom Switch and Ghost of Me. I just love the chorus so much. It's just so cool, and it's got me listening to it all the time. Absolutely love it. No Hard Feelings was actually really good because I think this is one where Alex takes a little bit more of a role where she's doing the majority of the singing. So it was a little bit different that way. It felt a little bit softer, but then we kind of like still got into the Make Them Suffer template, the formula, and it didn't feel completely different to the other songs where it felt like a standalone song. It was like a different direction, but it still held all of the stuff that what makes Make Them Suffer sound really fucking cool, and it fits really well in this album. Venusian Blues, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, was actually probably quite soft compared to what I thought it was. It really took me by surprise, like how much more upbeat the actual song was, especially at the start. It really took me off guard in that sense. So I enjoyed that because it kind of, once again, same as like No Hard Feelings, it showed kind of like a different level of, you could feel like they could go into a completely different genre as a band with that sound behind them as well. I don't think it's probably one of the strongest songs on the album for me, but I think where I'm expecting a certain level when I've already listened to Dune Switch, Ghost of Me, Oscillator, Man of God, and Epitaph, that one just falls short from them 5 already that I've got. And it, you know, with Weaponized added on top of that as well, No Hard Feelings kind of like giving me something a little bit different and unique. This one gave me something different as well, but it wasn't strong enough for me to really kind of put me in contention with all of the others. So no hate on that. You've got to always have a song that you're kind of not 100% like, you know, going to enjoy as much as all the others, but that one for me is there. And then Ghost of Me is probably the best song on the album. I fucking love it. It's probably maybe nostalgia talking more than anything else, because it was my proper introduction into Make Them Suffer, knowing what I was getting myself into. So I think that kind of like holds something in my heart more than all the other ones do. And Ghost of Me just has that sick kind of like third part of the song where he just screams Ghost of Me, and then just like, oh, it's just brilliant. It's perfect. The next song was Tether. Now, Tether was really cool for me, and it actually felt like more of an outro song than anything else, especially with like that random, hello again, especially with that random like silent bit near the end, and then he just starts shouting go, and then it all gets frantic and crazy again. And I'm thinking that's a really clever idea to kind of like repeat the album and start again. So yeah, another typical Make Them Suffer kind of vibe. So I really enjoyed that. And as I said, I feel like the album, are you trying to get in everyone's way? I felt like that was just like a really good way to kind of end the album. However, Small Town Syndrome feels more like an encore, and maybe I'm reading into it a little bit too much, but the idea of it being called Small Town Syndrome, it's almost like paying homage to where they are, where they've grown up, you know, where they've started out kind of thing as a small town band. And that just goes fucking hard. I love that song. It stands out near the end of the song, near the end of the album as well. After thinking the last song was an outro and then we get this encore of a song, it did make me want to have more, and it made me go back and re-listen and carry on listening and pick more things out. This album did itself justice. Would I say that it was everything I was expecting it to be? Yes. It did give me a couple of curveballs every now and then, kind of piqued my interest and made me think, oh, okay, cool, they've done that. That's sick. I wouldn't say it's got the same level of like a 10 out of 10 album where you are literally blown away by absolutely everything. But saying that, it has only been released for a couple of days, so the more I listen to it, the more I might change my mind. I would say it's a solid album. I don't really want to kind of give it an out of 10 rating, but if I would say at the moment it's kind of like a 7.5, an 8 out of 10 kind of vibe, just because alone the singles were so amazing and they built the perfect amount of hype for it. If I was ridiculously overhyped for it like I have been in the past for like the Bring Me the Horizon album, I think I would have been a little bit disappointed, but I was excited. I knew what I was going to get myself into. I knew what they were going to bring to the table. And yeah, they just basically ticked all the boxes for me. Very happy with that album. Very happy for the whole storyline for me finding this band. And yeah, just wanted to make a quick video on it basically. So let me know what you thought about that album down below. Let me know your favourite song. Let me know what stood out in certain songs for you. And I'll see you in the next video real soon. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you next time.